All right. Welcome to Now That's a Show. This week, hey, we're going to talk about travel during COVID-19. Travel. Go ahead.
Can I just interrupt the show for a second? So, I just have to tell this story about something that happened right before I came over here. Mm-hmm. So, I took my little grand dog out for a walk. Mm-hmm. And so...
Grand dog. Do you have a window sticker? Do you have a window sticker? I love my grand dog.
I love my grand dog.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Anyway, so he's a little peekaboo kind of yappy dog, but so we're going in the house, and all of a sudden he must have heard this other dog, and he turns around and he just takes off down the street, right? So what's at the end of the street? But I don't know if I told you, I moved into an elderly complex.
I think we've discussed that.
Yeah. So here is this woman. She's got to be in her 70s, right?
What?
She's one of the younger ones. She
was still able to walk out by herself.
What is she holding on the other end of her leash? A German Shepherd. And Brady is just tormenting the shit out of this thing. And this woman, I don't know how she either her arms didn't fall off, she didn't go face forward, or just die. It was this traumatic. He's going, and I'm over here trying to get the dog, and I'm swearing at the dog, and I'm apologizing to her. And Brady's not. Brady's
but Brady weighs 4 pounds, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why are you having trouble getting Brady?
Because he's fast. He's going all over the place. I'm thinking to myself, first of all, if she has a heart attack in this situation,
you just pick up Brady and go.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. But I have to give the woman credit for holding back this 100-pound dog at the same time.
She must work out.
She must work out. She must have one really strong arm.
Maybe though.
She has a Popeye arm and an elderly lady arm.
Maybe, just maybe, she had her dog properly trained.
No.
It doesn't like you.
No, I don't know how she must have been wearing golf cleats or something to keep her feet down.
How did you end? Because that's an awkward situation, right? So how does it end? Do you say, "Hey, I live over there"? Yeah. See you at the cookout at 4:30.
Yeah. See you. Yeah. See you.
The 4:30 cookout. Yeah. Well, I guess that doesn't have a lot to do with the traveling during COVID.
No, I got another one.
Sure.
Do you ever driving on the road and you see a sidewalk that just ends?
Yeah, there's one right up there next to the Waffle House.
Yeah. It's somebody went through the effort of putting in this sidewalk and it just ends, right? So I've seen this for many times. Well, last week...
Don't you have your street? Your house? That's your house in it. The neighborhood ends.
Yeah.
That's an awkward ending.
It's a very awkward ending. I should have saved this for later. But still, now that I'm into it, I got to keep going. So the other day I was sitting at this stoplight and I'm watching, and there's this sidewalk that just ends. And there was this older guy, and he's walking down the sidewalk, and he got to the end of the sidewalk, and you know what he did?
Did he stop?
He turned around and went the other way. What was he thinking? That he thought that this was going to continue, so he would go.
Maybe he did, so he was like...
So then he just turned back.
Well, he probably follows all the mask rules too.
I mean, I don't know where he came from, but was there a beginning of a sidewalk at some point? And he found his own. He was like, "What did he say when he got to the end?"
He probably said, "I'm gonna go for a walk. Where are you going? I'm gonna take this sidewalk till it ends." So it was probably 50 yards.
Yeah.
That's
one more thing. So, is it dogs when they fart, they don't make a sound. No dog. I mean, every once in a while, when a dog farts, you might hear a little boop. But for the most part, how much more funny would it be if dogs were just like, they'd be walking down and just be like, they would make a sound, as opposed to just all of a sudden sitting there being like, oh, Rusty.
But it's always good. See, I don't have a dog now, and it pains me because I got nothing to blame.
Yeah, you're into it. And then what about cats? Do cats ever fart? Do they fart in private? You know, like if you like the dog is a man and the cat is a woman. Like, do they ever like pop one out? No one I have ever known
blame the cat.
Ever blamed a cat for a fart.
Yeah. Rusty. Why does everybody use the name Rusty?
Because of Seinfeld.
Mm.
It all goes back to Seinfeld.
Mm.
Rusty
was a horse.
Yeah, I know. It's still the same outcome. I got one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that the water that comes out of the sink in your bathroom tastes different from the water that comes from the faucet in the kitchen?
I am definitely of the belief that that's all mental.
It has to be.
That's all mental.
Like the water doesn't know where it's going to.
No, and it's not coming out of the same.
Right. But there's something about drinking water out of the faucet in the bathroom that you're just like if you had to take a pill or something like that, it's like, oh, I'm gonna just like do this. But you can take it out of the faucet in the kitchen, and you're like, oh, this is like, what glacier do you think this came from?
Glacier.
The rolling hills.
Well, it's funny you say that about bathrooms, right? Because this topic, this is really what triggered my thoughts on having this topic was.
See, I did come prepared with some stuff.
Yeah. By mistake, you back into that one.
The here with the listening audience.
So I have not flown commercial in since March.
Private.
I've flown private. Well, we got to keep that private.
No.
So it's been since March, since all this mess started. It's March, and I've done a lot of road trips though, like road trips and that. And you spend a lot of time, a lot of windshield time and that, and you notice a few things. And I was thinking, there's some things that are different because of COVID, but some things that aren't. And some things that I've thought of over the years, I'm like, why is it that way, like when you're taking road trips? So now I've just felt compelled to really get them out there. And what really triggered me more than anything else was one of my frequent paths of travel is down Interstate 95. Now, many of our viewers and listeners aren't from this region of the country, so I might now because the places I went to. But so they're probably not familiar with I-95 and the border of North Carolina, South Carolina, right? And so south of the border. So if you see this if you go to the border on Interstate 95 of North Carolina, South Carolina, there's a place called south of the border, right?
Everybody knows about South.
Well, maybe. I mean, but we have some people, global people here, right? That are
true.
Viewers and listeners.
It's kind of like the Eiffel Tower of the South.
Yes. The redneck Eiffel Tower. Now, we could sit here and talk all day long about south of the border and how nobody really goes there, and so it's got to be like a drug cover or something like that. Because nobody goes there.
A lot of billboards.
But they have a lot of billboards. They have the tower, which by the way is closed. The big hat, the sombrero.
Why is it closed?
Because I went last year and they had some mechanical stuff with it, and they haven't fixed it yet. But nobody ever goes there, right? But you do see, of course, your standard Asian spas, right? Which is weird because why would they have Asian spas at south of the border? Because it's all a Mexican thing. What would a Mexican spa?
Mexico?
Would a spa be different? Mexican spa be different than an Asian spa?
Need a little bit more time to come up with one for that.
So but I didn't check it out. I just it kind of triggered some thoughts for me on travel during COVID, and some of these things we see all the time. But now I'm really gonna pull some of them out of there, and we'll look at just some pictures that I've seen. Like here's one. I don't know if I shared this with you before, but it's Hoo Ha Spa. They do vaginal steaming. Vaginal steaming. It's in Vegas.
I don't have one of those, but I'm not sure that steaming, is that like would that be?
Apparently it's healthy.
I mean, I can see where some might need it.
I would think testicular steaming might be ideal. Penile steaming.
Steaming.
Yeah.
Is it like a kind of like a pressure washer type of thing, but with steam?
I didn't try it, but it's real.
Like just like a teapot.
It's a real place. Whistles. That reminds me of a skydiving joke, but we'll not share that one here. Different show. So, all right, I'll move on from that one. Now, this one I saw.
What are other ways of steaming, then? Like, is it like?
I don't know why you're steaming.
Do you think they prep you with like a hot towel, like they do on the airlines or the Chinese restaurants? Like, here, just warm it up a little bit. We're gonna
blow some steam. Yeah, where does the steam go? Well, and steam is really just, isn't it, vapor?
I really need to see this image closer to understand, because it looks like there's like a woman with her arm around a guy.
No, it's like a little owl.
Where's the owl?
Right there.
Where?
Right there. Look. You can see it on that screen better, maybe.
What is the thing in the middle? It's a whole different thing?
It's an owl. It's got like air coming in and air going out. Why an owl? I would think a cat. Oh, anyway. So I saw this other one here. This is a real one too. These are real, by the way. I just didn't make these up. This was at a shop down in Southport, North Carolina, near the coast. Mm-hmm. And I walk in this place, and there's a big sign that says, I think it says Qualo. I guess it's the name. Qualo?
Qualo.
Oh.
It's like a drug thing.
Like Quaalude?
Yeah.
No, but it's not a drug. It's the functional wedding ring.
Okay.
Now, I'm a little jaded here, but is there such thing as a functional wedding ring? Now,
it's a functional wedding.
That's what it's called, a functional wedding. It's like made out of silicone or something right there, right? So to me, that's not functional. When I was married, what did I use my ring for?
Opening beer.
Opening beer bottles, right? That's functional. That's functional. But having a rubberized wedding band, how's that functional?
I guess it can be removed and used for other things.
And this is a lot. Look at this. If they're a married couple, are they really going to be like laughing together? As we hear a dog barking in the background. For fuck's sake. No dog all day long. There's a dog on there barking.
How did Brady find me here?
You're avoiding this discussion,
yes,
right?
Yeah. Okay. The functional wedding ring. It sounds to me like it's a tire.
All right, so here's a place. This is a place I came across in North Myrtle Beach a month or so ago, and there's this big truck that just says meat sale. So of course I got a picture with it.
What is wrong with people like
meat sale?
Just is it already cooked?
It's an 18-wheeler of just a big truck that says meat sale.
I'm assuming it's not like refrigerated or anything.
Yeah, I got there early. This was early in the morning, so it wasn't open yet. But
did they identify what kind of meat, or just
meat?
Could be anything. Right,
meat.
That's good.
It's meat.
Oh, it's a good place for it.
And then I saw this. See, that's a big four-wheel drive on the back. I mean, that was like going down the interstate. Only you see this in the South. Look at the size of that mofo.
I mean, is that thing even going to fit underneath a bridge?
You know, I don't know. I guess it's pretty close, but look how high that damn thing is. And it's covered in mud.
Covered in mud.
Covered.
We figured we'll wash it when we get home. Maybe it'll rain.
This one, I may have shared this one with you. And it's a little sticker. You know how they have the stickers of the family, like the man, the woman, the kid, the dogs, and everything? Well, this one has some guy has somebody bent over and it says, "Making our family." So when I first saw this a few weeks ago, I took a picture of it and I posted it, and I just said, "Gee," and all I said, I didn't comment on that. I just said, I said, "Gee, it's not often you see cars from Delaware." And the best part is how many people don't get that.
No.
What's Delaware have to do with it? I see a lot of cars from Delaware.
You're so stupid.
And then this one, right now. So you see, like, it looks like, oh, look at that. That's like some cute little fluffy things and everything else in the back of the truck. And then I pulled up closer, got a side shot. It was turkeys.
Oh my God.
And this was like a week ago. So you know where their head is.
Are they alive?
Yeah, they're alive.
They don't look like they have any feathers.
They're alive. Oh, they have feathers. They're alive. And they're just thinking, it's kind of like,
they're like,
it's touch and go
in the back of this truck.
It's touch and go when you put a dog in the car, right? I mean, because some dogs like to go for a ride. And some know that they're going to get a shot. Is that
what the guy did? He was like, "Come on, let's
go for a ride. Go for a ride.
Come on.
Go for a ride." And so they're you know where they're headed. Right? So these are just pictures that I've come across here. I got more.
They're like,
but wait,
they're making signs that say, "Eat more chicken." They're on the side of the cow.
Oh, but I mean, why can't they open on Sunday? Happened to me yesterday. I'm driving back. I'm like, it's Chick-fil-A.
That's the only time you ever think to actually eat there. You're coming home from somewhere.
Remember these?
Oh God!
These are the rotating hand towel.
You used to see this in like O'Hare or something.
The rotating hand towel. Now, if you may be able to.
Where does it go?
It just goes. Like it spins around.
Hanging there, just like
it spins around, and that was what we had in gas station restrooms. So I don't think you're going to see many of these anymore.
Mm-mm.
Now you just said O'Hare, right? Mm-hmm. Well, that reminds me of what we used to see at O'Hare at the bathrooms in O'Hare Airport. You remember the toilet seats that had the plastic?
Oh, yes.
Look at this. Remember these? So
is that still?
Some of our viewers may not know, but so let me go to my share. I have a.
I can't wait to see what the folder name is that you're going to open up. You literally have a folder of toilet seats?
Oh, here we go.
He does.
Yeah. Well, I searched this, right? So you'll see. Come up. So these things here, remember that? Like it had the plastic,
so bad, yeah.
Like, and it would rotate the plastic.
That was when everybody was trying to protect themselves from AIDS.
YouTube. Let's get rid of that. Yeah. But it would rotate.
And everybody was like, "Oh yeah, this is perfectly fine."
Yeah.
Until they realized that it's just a circle.
Yeah.
It just keeps rotating.
Yeah. That was.
And in Chicago, every time it would rotate around, it just had like a little brush system that would get the black curly hairs off the
pubes. So you have these, right?
Like the Italian.
Couldn't get the Irish because you couldn't really see it.
Yeah. They're kind of hairless, aren't they?
Well, they got red hair, but you can't see
hairless.
It. Now this was yesterday. I kid you not. I saw one of these machines yesterday.
Were you the guy that was banging on it because it like
took my quarters?
You couldn't get your Kit Kat out?
That's not a Kit Kat. They do have flavored ones on. I mean, but who's going and saying, "Oh,
shit.
We gotta pull up here. I gotta pull over and go to a gas station bathroom to get me a condom. Who said? I mean, but who said? We're gonna put these here.
Well, how much did they charge?
$1.
It's not a bad deal.
Well, ironically, I couldn't buy any. You know why?
What?
Because there's no coins. Coin shortage.
Where were you?
This was at near south of the border. It was a South Carolina exit right before North Carolina.
So did it have like the logo of the Gamecocks?
Just the cocks. But these were, I can't read them right here, but I think there was one that was glow in the dark and one that was ribbed for her pleasure. But I mean, there's still, does somebody come by and fill these back?
If you can rib it for her pleasure, you can glow in the dark, you can have a flavor, just put them together.
Put it all together.
They have, it's like vanilla chocolate and strawberry ice cream. Just throw it in the same container and let's just do it. Maybe for $1. But maybe $1.25.
I think.
Would you pay $1.25?
Does somebody come in there though, like once a week and like check the inventory? Do they still have that?
I'd love to see the spreadsheets from the purchasing side. Like, man, that glow in the dark one. I don't know what's going on, but that thing is flying off the shelf or off the wall. Think about this. How about the person that has to actually grab the quarters out of there? Like you'd be like, I gotta get some work gloves for that one.
Or he just puts the condom on his hands.
Maybe this is why there's no coins in the.
Because nobody wants to do it.
No, because during current COVID, everybody's putting their money in these machines. That's where all the quarters are hiding.
I thought too, and I may be a little off here on my Latin, but hygiea. That makes me think of something clean, right? Like hygiene.
Yeah.
That's not clean. First of all, the gas station bathroom in rural Southeast isn't clean.
No.
I mean, you got the rotating towel over here, right? Next to it, you've got the condom machine.
Where's the? Are you going to the mist? The cologne mist? Is that on? Where it's like Old Spice and Polo and Brute.
Nick and Gina Tay.
That's in the women's.
So what we're going to stick with the bathroom theme here, and this is something that I saw at the college football game I was at, right? So this is one of those urinals, waterless, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, hold on a second. How does that work? Okay. How does it work without the water? Okay. We can probably figure that out or find somebody that can. But just the smell. It doesn't smell good. Now, okay, you say, well, wait, Chris, COVID with a mask. With mask, right?
Right.
So I've got a mask on and I go in these restrooms and I'm wondering, does the mask help or hurt the situation?
What have you done with it since? Did you throw it away?
Well, I mean, going into the restroom that had the hygiea in it, I mean, it smelled like total somebody blew up the place, right? I mean, it was definitely there was a person in there
like somebody
that didn't make eye contact with him.
They cut out front.
Yeah, new baseball gloves in here. But I mean, it smelled like total ass, right? And I had a mask on, so I'm thinking, oh my gosh, is the mask like keeping it in here? Do I need to take the mask off? I mean, these are decisions I didn't have to make before COVID. And then on top of that, the air blowers or paper towels, which one do you prefer?
I mean, I like the paper towel as opposed to that thing right
But
there.
you like the regular paper towel, right?
Right.
Which, by the way...
That way I can use it to open the door to escape.
They haven't figured out the paper towel thing. Even with, all right, so the one that doesn't automatically feed, right?
Right.
It always gets stuck in the
you got to do that turn
and
thing?
it's wet.
Yes.
Right? So it's wet. So then you have to go back and wash your hands again and then redo the whole thing again. So it's like a whole process. But then the ones that feed, they never get it right. They never get the length right. It's
right,
always
no.
either too short or they're too long.
Right.
And if they're too long, they'll go down and they might hit like the sink with
Right.
water on it, or the can that's ready. So it's touching. You're like, oh, I don't want to touch that, right? They never judge.
The too short. The machine is pissed at you because you're not happy with how much they gave you, so they'll make you wait.
Yeah.
And you sit there and you're like, and the thing will be like, no, I can wait this out. And then all of a sudden it'll be like, a little bit more. And you're like, now you're double pissed because now you have two teeny little pieces of
cheap
paper
cheap brown stuff too
like
that doesn't like.
This is a paper bag that I'm trying to dry off with here. I don't like it one bit.
Well, so back to the waterless toilet here, right? Okay, so this one I said, all right. So I'm standing there. This is college football game. I'm like, oh, they're trying to be good in the environment and everything, blah blah blah, right? But I'm like, it smells like not just beyond piss, right? Because it's like just
asparagus.
Yeah, mine did. But then I start looking closer.
It's pretty funny though when you have asparagus and you forget that you had asparagus.
You're like, yes.
And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, jeez, that's right, I had asparagus. I was wondering what did I have for a vegetable tonight? I don't remember. Sometimes it's not till the next day. And you're like, oh, that's right, I had asparagus.
Oh, God, you didn't say I always pee the night of just to get that.
I know, but sometimes, what if you have a lot of asparagus? It takes a while, right?
It was probably a day and a half, yeah.
Like, oh, that's right.
So this one had in particular had like a little black dot there. And so I'm like looking, see, what is that black dot? I'm thinking, all right, did somebody drop a deuce in here and like leave a mark? No,
it's a bullseye.
This actually has it's like a bee. It's an aiming bee, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, why do they need an aiming bee, right? I soon figured out why. Because if you peed up here or down here,
it
would hit you.
Yeah.
So
beware.
That's the sweet. Beware. That's the sweet spot.
Shouldn't they just make it more obvious, like splash zone?
Well, like a bullseye.
Yeah.
Well, I got an idea for that. I'll hold on to that.
I know the clown thing and the.
Yeah, but they don't know.
Huh?
They don't know.
That was episode 3.
Oh, did we talk about that?
Did we cover all this in episode 3?
We didn't cover this one.
Okay.
So anyway, I'm looking closer, and then all of a sudden down here, I don't know if you noticed down here. And by the way,
flush?
No, see that little thing down there? That's a circus peanut. You know those little candy circus peanuts?
What?
You know the little marshmallow candy? Yeah. So I'm like leaning down. It's a circus peanut, and I'm like, somebody was they eating a circus peanut? Oh shit! And if
dropped it in there.
It's not even in the toilet. It's down on the floor.
Right.
So does the 5-second rule apply there?
I mean, I think it's 5 seconds from before it actually hits the ground. In a bathroom? Yeah, no. There's no picking anything up off the bathroom.
And how much money, if there was money there, how much would it take for you to go after it?
Like in the actual thing?
In the bowl.
No. Like how much?
I'm asking you, what would it take? I mean, how much money would you say, all right, I'm going to go get it?
Can I go and buy one of the condoms at the thing and put that over my fingers and then grab the money?
Or you could go wait for the little thing to come down and get enough paper towels and do it. I'm thinking now with the coin shortage, I might go after like quarters.
That would be like a wishing fountain. For you to go in there to get that. You going in as a 1 quarter?
So you would go into a wishing fountain, right?
To get money?
Yeah.
If I was homeless, I would.
But you wouldn't go in like a urinal.
I don't know.
Think of what a wishing fountain is. What do people do there?
I mean, I don't care. It's dispersed. I go in the ocean.
Well, that was anyway. So that was a little closer look at the little bug right there.
You like this thing, don't you?
I mean, I was fascinated by it, but I was like, I mean, I don't know.
I'm surprised you don't have a one eye with this.
Wait. So you said we did talk about my Top Shot 44?
No, you can go ahead. I'll just take a break.
So I have an idea about porta-johns. You know, how everybody at a porta-john, let's say at an event, at a football game, right? Everybody's just kind of standing out there waiting like this. Nobody was wanting to talk to anybody. They look at their phone. They're bored. I'm thinking that in the porta-john, you should put like a little bullseye target. Think about the fair. Like remember the fair? Remember those things? And you shoot the little water pistol at it, and the balloon would go up. And you hit the bullseye. Well, you do the same thing out in a urinal in a porta-john. In the urinal part, you have like a bullseye target, and while you're standing there peeing, you're trying to hit it. And outside, everybody's watching this thing go. And you're like, oh yeah, come on! Oh!
You know, all of a sudden, your wife comes out, and she was the winner. I think it's better in this situation right here, like in the urinal.
Inside?
Inside, yeah. Why not? Like, why is everybody outside?
Yeah, but nobody's standing. You're not standing waiting behind somebody at a urinal. Typically, you're waiting for a porta-john.
Then I know, but then like all these people, like if you're like remember the concerts and things like that, right? You have all these lines going up there. People start jockeying for position because they'll be like, "Oh, I don't want to go up against that guy."
He looks like he's streaming pretty well. He's a good streamer.
Yeah. Young, the old people would have no chance at this. You'd have to have then you'd have to start making it fair. It's like, all right, here's the handicap stall. You need to give them time to,
No, yeah, we get all that. Can't do that because of ADA and OSHA.
Yeah,
like
it doesn't work.
Well, I mean, but that also goes along the lines too, and I don't think we've talked about it here.
What?
About the making eye contact coming out of the porta-john.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Not just the porta-john.
Yeah, it's the bathroom, right?
You've been saying this for a long time, and it's dead on true.
Yeah. Okay. So years ago at a football tailgate, we were near a porta-john, and I had an idea. Not just an idea. I just didn't make it up. I was just like watching.
It was an observation.
Yeah. Watching people exit the porta-john in this case. It doesn't have to be porta-john, right? Be anything.
Airport.
Yeah.
Airport is the airport is classic for that.
Well, so I suggest to every one of our viewers to do this. Non-scientific, but you're going to find that you're going to be pretty spot on with this, right? That when somebody exits a restroom, especially if there's a crowd standing there waiting, if there's a line, and if they exit and they make eye contact with the next person, they make eye contact, that means they peed.
Unless they had asparagus.
Number one, peed. If they don't make eye contact, they poop.
Yeah. Is there any other food besides the asparagus that you have that?
What is it? If I have like a steak, the protein, you can get a whiff of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If it's a heavy protein, it's.
I mean, that's one thing that I don't.
Kool-Aid. If I have Kool-Aid, I promise it looks like I'm bleeding.
Yeah, you may want to get that checked. Or stop drinking
Kool-Aid. It's Kool-Aid.
What about if you chew those things that like help you decide if you have like where you missed brushing? Does that? Oh no, you're probably supposed to spit that out.
Just brushing.
I haven't done that in a while.
Like I brushed.
I haven't done that. When was the last time you did that?
I haven't done that in a long time. I mean, I can go to the dentist.
I know, but we should do that. That should be a show. But we won't we'll leave it in the whole show. Be like, God, he's got like gingivitis or something. That probably leads to chronic
baked bean teeth.
Chronic gallinosis.
Oh, wait, already the awkward ending? I had a few things to talk about though before we go to the awkward ending.
Yeah, let's keep going.
You just go to the awkward ending? But I did have an observation that I've made over the years, and it was confirmed this week. What state do you think produces
Montana.
the worst drivers? The worst drivers? Montana? Wait. That's just because that's where you want to go. What state do you typically see the worst drivers from?
In worst meaning what?
All right. Well, I'll use based on my experience here. It is.
I mean, it's obviously something up 95.
It's that on the interstate that stay in the left lane and going slow and are oblivious to people passing them on the right side. This is a no-brainer for me.
Georgia? North Carolina?
Maryland drivers.
Oh, God.
Maryland are the worst drivers. Easily.
Have you ever gone northern?
Yeah.
Further north?
No, I've never left the South. Maryland's the worst driver. You got nothing there?
I feel like I had another joke, but I can't think of what it was. What are we going to do about this wedding?
So, have to full disclosure here. So, Jake and I were.
I am so anti-mask. I can't. I avoid situations.
Okay, but look. All right. So let me lead up. So we've been invited to a wedding. Weddings in January.
Do that. Can you not do that thing where you pretend to use other names but use the actual names? Let's leave names out of it. Let's just talk about.
So let's just say that
this is a segment on masks.
Let's just say that Rick's getting married.
Okay, that's great.
Rick is getting married.
Yeah.
To
no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Jeez.
So it's a wedding coming up, and
first of all, why are we even bringing this up? And it's not like anybody that would watch this is going to even be able to give any advice to this.
No, but it's thought provoking.
It's good. Yeah. Right.
So the wedding invitation received today covers clearly like a paragraph of rules and guidelines on the mask wearing. Right, having to wear a mask during the ceremony, having to wear a mask during the reception, which is two-part. Right, it's hors d'oeuvres, and then it's dinner. Sit down there. How are you going to wear a mask at dinner, though? How does that work? Regardless, Jake is having great pains over it. And my suggestion to Jake is just play by the rules. If you don't want to play by the rules, don't go to the wedding or
what's
go outside.
The smallest mask you can wear? Like, could you wear a mask that's almost like Charlie Chaplin, or you know what I mean,
like his mustache,
just like the smallest, like a thong mask.
Like a thong mask.
Could you? Is this an opportunity? This is an opportunity somewhere.
I think so. The
smallest freaking mask that you could possibly wear. But then you're just making a statement, and then you're just being more of a dick and just not going.
But do you think there would be if you made a small mask that covered all your orifices, orifi?
What if I go like this the whole time?
and have one of those swim pinchers?
I'm only breathing out of my mouth the whole time. Don't worry about me. I have this mask on right here.
Can you wear a shield?
Could you wear like a Halloween mask? Is that?
Well, we talked about that here. Like on one of the previous shows, is like they were canceling Halloween, but everybody's wearing a mask. That didn't make any sense. If the mask is truly the mask, then are there rules on the size of the mask that it has to be? As long as you're covering your nostrils and your mouth, does it matter? Like having like a really.
I mean, it's almost like it really. This is almost the bikini rule. Right? You could have the smallest bikini covering just like a boob and other things, and it's
other
legal.
Things. What else?
It's legal. And that's legal.
Uh-huh.
There are people that wear masks like it's like, oh my God, it's right under the eyes and it's up and over like a face shield.
I like going to.
I might have to do that. I might just have to do that.
The face shield. Plastic shield, or like you just get a super mask?
I'm gonna really have to think about this.
It's funny, you just sighed like
Does it bother you or
like
not?
you're the father.
Can you just like sit there and wear a mask? You can, right? You can't.
No,
it's okay
I don't. I
to
really
sit
no.
down.
I don't. The only places I wear a mask, like when I go into a store, and then I rip it off like some orgasm. Like I don't.
All right, how long? What's the longest you've worn a mask?
I would say going through the grocery, like doing full grocery shopping, maybe
Like 30
20
minutes,
minutes.
right? How are you gonna wear it for an entire day?
I'm not.
Are we at the same table?
I have no idea.
I have to request that.
Well, do you want me to ask them on the thing?
No.
But I think that's pretty normal. Not just, and this is just one example wedding, by the way. I mean, this is like, I think all the weddings going on.
Oh, I know what my other joke was. You were talking about like traveling and stuff like that. How stupid is it when the road signs, like the big road signs,
Stay safe.
they're like for COVID-19
Yeah, or like the Amber Alert and the Silver Alert.
Who's driving down the road and all of a sudden looks up at that and says, "Wait, what?"
I gotta put my mask on.
Is it who calls on a Silver Alert? Like the Silver Alert.
It's like the old person missing.
No, they don't want to tell you what the make and model is. It says Silver Alert. Call this number for information. Like, you don't think it's that important? Why am I going to go through all the effort? I'm driving, for God's sake. You know the Silver Alert, right?
The Silver Alert's for older people.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Who wants to steal an old person? Nobody is.
Well, I think it's actually somebody that's like took the keys and they shouldn't have. Like they're.
No, that's not what a Silver Alert is.
Yeah.
No, a Silver Alert.
It's because somebody's got dementia or something and they took off in their car.
I don't think so.
I do. I do. You saw somebody kidnapping. Nobody's kidnapping.
Nobody's taking old people unless there's like some sort of a cash reward.
What other colors? So we have the Amber Alert, right, which is a kid, right? After that little Amber girl, we got Silver. Do we have any other alerts?
I think that's it. Those signs are stupid anyway.
What do we have? Like a yellow alert that's like, they might be in trouble. They might not kind of like caution.
Capitol Boulevard, 13 miles, 12 minutes. It's like, I can beat that. I'm making it to Capitol Boulevard in 10 and a half minutes. Okay, bye.
That's all you got?
That's awkward. Yeah, that's all I had. Wait, let me just check my notes.
Your notes.
I got some notes here.
All right, folks. We'll see you next time.
What if I have a note? Hold on. I
you-
might have another note. Ready? Hold on. Dog fart, ending sidewalk. What's a jerry rig?
Oh, you do have notes.
I do. I take notes when I see stuff. I'm like, BFF versus WTF. What was that? Hold on. Oh, did we talk about the family restroom?
No.
I mean, who doesn't just want to go into the family restroom? Is that the cleanest place out there?
You think it is though?
I mean, I would think so. I mean,
I don't know, because I think
privacy.
families go in there like kids. They got like they'll just leave like diapers on.
Oh, I've never had that experience. It's always been a 5-star experience. You go in, you turn the lock over. You're just like, Calgon, take me away.
Do the family ones know what's their situation on the paper towels?
Huh? No, they're pretty clean. They're good. They're good. Let's see. Anyone knows a kid? Jesus.
Yeah, some of the spider I saw. What's the spider what? Spider web?
The spider web. That's what the last time, yeah. That's a grocery list.